In this video I'm going to be talking about setting up flaps and pan servo or pan and tilt and head tracker or whatever you want using iNav. I have a Matek F405 Wing board which has plenty of servo outputs, so it's perfect for this. But you can see I have the flaps on a slider going through iNav and the pan servo, make sure you can see it, on a knob there, but I'm going to change that to the head tracker if I can. It's very easy to do with a new mixer in iNav. So now we have it set up as head tracker, just doing the pan servo, and I'll show you how to do it now. First up, on the Tyrannus you need to set up channel 1, 2, 3, 4 as aileron, elevator, throttle and rudder. No mixing at all. As always with iNav, these are all you set up, even with flying wings. And channels 5, 6 and 7 are my different mode switches. That's arming, that's angle and horizon mode. Channel 8 is my flaps, so I've got the slider on the side of the radio for that one. Channel 9 is my manual and return to home. And I've set up channel 10 as the TR7 or trainer input 7, which is what gives us the head tracker control of the pan servo. So now we'll remember these. Channel 8 is on the left slider and channel 10 is the trainer number 7 input. Now we'll open up iNav configurator 2.1.0 I'm using and connect. Alright, we're connected now. So if we go to the mixer, 2, 3, 4 and 5 servos are stabilised pitch, stabilised roll and stabilised roll for 3 and 4, and stabilised yaw for 5. So on the Matek board we've got elevator plugged into S3, ailerons plugged into S4 and S5, rudder plugged into S6, flaps on a wire lead plugged into S7, and I have the pan servo plugged into S8. There's positions on the Matek board there. In the mixer, these are our sort of standard setups for a plane. So for servo 6, which is position S7 on the board, I've chosen RC channel 8, which as we saw before was on my left slider, so I have my flaps on the left slider. There is also the choice of flaps in iNav, but that's more like flapperons or spoilerons. That's for when you want your ailerons to drop down or move up, and that's a little bit more fiddly for me. So I've just put the flaps on a separate channel, and I can operate that channel using whatever control I want on the transmitter. So channel 8 for flaps, and as we saw before, channel 10 is our head tracker input, which was TR7 from the goggles, and servo 7 is plugged into S8 and controlled by channel 10, and that's all there is really. You just choose which servo you want to be plugged into which output on the board. As I said, flaps are plugged into S7 and pan servo is plugged into S8. I've chosen channel 8 and channel 10 to be those controls, and in the radio I've assigned the left slider for flaps to channel 8 and the TR7 input to the pan servo for head tracker. So in the mode switch you just have to check what channels you're using for arm switches. I'm using channel 5, 6, 7 and 9, so I've got 8 and 10 free for those other functions. That's pretty much it. And of course they could be other functions like a tilt function instead of flaps or whatever you want.